I've made some changes to the zombies in Barely Default. They had pretty random, I guess, faces before. The biggest change that I actually did is to the heads. This one has a mask on. I made the default head just a bit nicer. This one has glasses on. You still can't really. There you go. This is the new default face for my zombies. All my zombies will have this face by default instead of a different face. It's a face truly only a mother could love. It's very skeleton-y, but it is. I mean, I don't know. I tried to Google zombies, right, and obviously they're not real. Right? So, but generally zombies are pretty, you know, thin-skinned. The skin would shape around a skull, still become a skeleton-y, you know, skeleton-ish. So that's why he looks a bit skeleton-y. That's fine. That's the new vibe that we're going with. And then I actually have a ton of variants in my pack. Famously, I did a video. I have 200 million zombie variants in my pack. I don't know what the tally is right now, actually, because I changed up the system a lot. Even though I only changed the heads, I basically got rid of the random expressions. They would have a ton of random, like really silly expressions, and those are actually I didn't get rid of them. They're still there, but they're just really rare now. And what isn't super rare is eyes. They now have eyes. Every zombie has a chance of having eyeballs. And yeah, both pupils randomize individually. Because I really wanted to maintain that sense of like every zombie is different, you know, but every skull is kind of the same. So it's fine if we have a new generic zombie face that's more common than the previous random expressions that I had. But I still wanted to have that sense of personality, so every zombie can be unique. So in this case, we have a zombie that has a unique facial expression in that he has his eyes are cut out. All the eyes are cut out, right? Are like cut out holes in the skull. And in the case of this zombie, wherever the fuck that guy is, we just kind of lost. Oh, here he is. He has kind of like slimmer slots for his eyes, right? In this case, he has a right pupil and no eye on his left. So there could also be a variant that has this same expression, but he will have different eyes. So that's my new way of making sure that every zombie has a different personality while also having a new uniform, cleaner zombie look. Look, this is an example of the facial expressions they can have. So this one's kind of wacky, but look how rare he is. Like overwhelmingly, you're just gonna get this big jawed, grinning face, and then with the random pupils put into his head. Much cleaner, much nicer, much eviler, much grosser. These are crazy eyes. I really love this look. Like, I mean, to me, this is I nailed the zombie look in my opinion. There's many ways to do a zombie, especially in Minecraft, but I'm very happy with this new Barely Default zombie face that we got going on. Now, my zombies already had a bunch of biome dependent variants. For example, in snowy biomes they can spawn with snowy layers. In this case, he has ice on his head. There's also a random icy layer for the feet in snowy biomes, and one for the shirts as well. And you know, they can also have multiple of the layers, so they can spawn fully snowy. You know, it'll just be a bit rarer for that to happen. Look, this one has both the legs and the head. So yeah, they already had biome dependent features. And now something new that I did is I added a new model for when it's snowing. So when a zombie is in snow, he's gonna have not all of them have it, but this one does. So a few of them will turn snowy, which looks really silly, but I really like it. And then if we were to clear the weather, the snow would also disappear. You know, so it is truly a weather-tight event, which I really like. I mean, snow wouldn't really settle on a zombie as they're moving around, but I do like them as more like slow, dumb mobs who would maybe bury themselves, right? They would be covered in snow quicker than any other mob, maybe only rivaled by skeletons, but I didn't do this snowy feature for skeletons. But let me know what you think. Maybe I should extend it to skeletons. I'm feeling out the vibe. I really like it. I think it's super Minecrafty. They look really silly. It's 2 pixels high, which is the same height as a snow layer. New feature for when it's snowing. They have a cute little layer of, I don't know, it's silly, but I really like it. It's dynamic, you know, when you're fighting zombies in the snow, you know, it starts snowing and your zombies are actually frozen in like this. Look, it looks really fun. I really like this new fucking biome dependent feature that we have. And then it already had the layers. Those aren't weather dependent. Those are just biome dependent. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on. Again, my zombies were always very detailed and random, and now they're more detailed than ever. Let's clear the snow so we can actually see them change back. See, the model changes and then their skins don't change. It's all really neat and tidy, and I'm super happy with the zombies now. They had kind of a weird plasticky face almost before, and now this is the upgraded, you know, newly pixeled version. And then they have a shit ton of skins still, shit ton of randomization still, so that's fun. I guess for the sake of doing a video, we can also spawn some in the desert to see some more biome dependent features that I have, like in the deserts. It's really silly. Oh, they can have mummy wrappings first of all, so that's one of the things they can have just randomly. So this, you know, that's like, that goes on all the layers as well. So on shirts, legs, and his head, and then, you know, it's randomized, so they can have both or nothing. And I also added a special feature for deserts where zombies can have husk clothing, because Because in my pack, husks are gone, right? Husks are a bunch of wacky guys. I have like 30 husks. They're all like, they're all representative of deities. So husks are like a completely new creature now, basically. Look, they have a bunch of animal heads. Like they're really funky and funny. So the husks' clothes weren't actually in the pack anymore. So I kept them in as a random clothing piece. Thought that was neat. If we go to a jungle, they can have vines. Look, this guy has vines on his head, so that's another jungle feature. And look, he also has podzoli, like mud on his feet as well. So yeah, update to barely default zombies. They have a different look now, right? Oh, look at this guy. He has 2 different pupils. So he has a glassy eye, and then he also has a white pupil. And then, you know, like I keep saying, the left eye and the right eye are individually randomized. And that's basically the change. Just the biggest change is the zombie heads. And then, of course, that weather feature that I added, that I think is really dope. My zombie texture is divided up into parts. I actually have a separate video explaining the zombie system as well, how to make a system like that. But it's basically parts layered over each other. So I have a separate texture for the pants, separate texture for the head, separate texture for the eyes, and then it's 2 sets of eyes, right? A separate texture for tears that overlay the body parts, and that goes for both the upper body and the lower body. So that's a lot of parts, and that turns the multiplication sum into quite a big one. We have 130 heads times 4. Times 4 again, because we have 2 sets of eyes, right? Left and right. Times 8, because we have 8 textures for the tears that overlay the normal pants. And times 28 for the actual pants. Times 15 for the upper body tears. And then multiply that number by 57 for the total amount of zombies in the pack. Actually, that's not even the full sum, because 2/3 of my zombies use a different system where they use full skins that aren't turned into pieces. Because sometimes you want to reference a full skin, right? And it only works as a full skin. Sometimes you don't want to pluck it apart. So I have two systems for zombies, right? A third of them uses these full skins. 205 skins now, right? And those skins aren't super randomized. It's 205 times 4 times 4, because they do have the eyes. So that's only, okay, that's not really a relevant number. So it's 3,200 plus, can we control feed this in? Yeah, we can. Plus 30, is that gonna push us over the edge? No, that does not pushes over. That doesn't change the status quo at all. Okay, so it's fucking 398,364,880. That's it. That's the number. That's how, almost 400 million, dude. I'm just gonna advertise it that way now. I thought I had 200 million. Now I revamped the system, and now I have. I mean, I've also been adding parts, but anyways, that's the total tally right now. 400 million. How about that? So let me know what you think. Like the video or dislike the video if you don't like the design. Doesn't really bother me, you know. You can use that. You can use the dislike button for feedback. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Provide some real content here. You can get the pack. I'm in the middle of updating it, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.